Look at this map, guys. You see the city of Naples with more than 6 million people squeezed in by Campi Flegrei and Vesuvius, two monstrosities of volcanoes. And everyone thinks, oh, Vesuvius, Pompeii. But Pompeii wasn't even the largest eruption that Vesuvius did. Vesuvius can do a 6 on the scale. It did so 3,900 years ago. But Campi Flegrei, it spans in a wide area, and it also spans into the water. It's rumbling continuously and extremely escalating. So we've been worrying about Campi Flegrei a lot, but we had just a few days a magnitude 2 earthquake at Vesuvius, and now we have another one again at Vesuvius, while another earthquake swarm has started again at Campi Flegrei. So what's brewing there in Naples in Italy? What's brewing for the people in Italy? And seismic activity without volcanoes is already bad enough in Italy. If you want to look at that map here, you see the darker, the more risk it is. But that's basically the whole shoe, that's the form of Italy. But these earthquakes, you might say 2.1, that's not high. Or for a volcano, it tells us something. So is something changing with Vesuvius? I mean, we know something's changing with Campi Flegrei. It's definitely creeping towards something right now. Let's have a look at the latest earthquake list first. So there you see, we have Campi Flegrei. This earthquake swarm hasn't produced anything above magnitude 2 so far. We have 1.1, 1.9, 1.0, and there you go. We do have Vesuvius 2.1, and then we have Campi Flegrei, and then the 2.0 Vesuvius again, right? And then there was Campi Flegrei, and then Vesuvius 1.4, 1.6. So they're not really super small. Let's have a quick look at where the epicenter of the current 2.1 Vesuvius earthquake is, and you see if we zoom there, it's right in the crater, it's right underneath the crater, and it seems to be very shallow. Epicenter is on the western rim of the crater that is called Gran Cono, the Great Cone basically, and same area was also the 2.0 earthquake that we just had on Friday. So these are not micro earthquakes. We know that there's a lot of micro earthquakes happening at Vesuvius, and scientists say, well, that is because we have some subsidence. So the volcano is basically doing the opposite of getting ready for another eruption. But magnitude 2 or even magnitude 2.1, that's even higher, they're relatively rare at Vesuvius. And especially in such a short time frame. And it was not only the 2 and 2.1, I showed you the other ones that were above magnitude 1.5. So this could be an indicator that something's going on in the plumbing system, in the magmatic system of Vesuvius, that it is nearing a change from subsidence to maybe the opposite again. And we know we have several deflation areas of Vesuvius, and the long enduring deflation that was happening in the coastal region of the volcano of Vesuvius stopped 14 months ago or so. In the summit area, there is still some subsidence. I know scientists said long-term trends have pointed to a progressive cooling of the volcanic system, but could we be at a point of the reversal of that long-term cooling? Could this gradually reverse? We don't need to worry that this does plop, it's reversing, and Vesuvius is erupting. That's not happening. This, if it's reversing, it's also a long-term system in the other direction. It would still be very early on. So we don't need to worry that we have a short-term eruption risk or medium-term. Long-term, it's a different animal. But again, I don't think we should worry too much about Vesuvius, although there is some connection between Vesuvius and Campi Flegrei. That was quite surprising because for many, many years, scientists said there's no connection. They don't have any connected magma chambers or anything else. So could this be connected, what we're seeing there? Is this because of fluids and magma doing something between the two volcanoes? Highly interesting. I'll put that video in the end screen. And guys, could you do me a favor? Just interrupt for a second. Can you hype and like this video to support my channel? That would be absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. But now let's get back to the situation that we're facing in the Campi Flegrei, the burning fields. It's way more concerning than what we're dealing with Vesuvius. Although until a few years ago, if you ask people, what's the volcanic danger in Naples? Everyone was like, oh, Vesuvius is so dangerous. They're still gradually learning that Campi Flegrei is way more dangerous. We thought it's easing out a little bit over the last few days. The earthquake amount was a little bit of getting less. We're 2 months in, every day earthquakes, higher earthquake swarms. But of course, it has started again. So the seismic earthquake crisis, which is a volcanic crisis at Campi Flegrei, is not stopping. We still have the land rise 2.5 centimeters. We just had a new study. I have reported about this. So nothing there gives us any indication that it's stopping. It's just the contrary. So we're approaching close to 30 earthquakes right now. As we've seen, the strongest one, 1.9. Depth, as usual, roughly 2.8 kilometers. So we need to worry about that one because if you're a regular viewer of my channel, you know scientists have been warning that there could be a phreatic eruption without warning happening at Campi Flegrei. Although there's some people, maybe for economic reason, tourism, whatever, they're like, no, nothing to see here, nothing's happening. That's just not true. We could see that at any time and without a warning. We know how phreatic eruptions are. We all remember White Island, for example. We remember the small eruptions that were happening at Yellowstone that destroyed these walkways with the tourists running for their lives. This can happen at any time, and that would already be bad enough with so many people living right on top of it. But still, they're doing evacuation drills. They now name them volcanic evacuation drills. But if something happens without a warning, the best evacuation drill does not help you. So it's a very worrying situation in Campi Flegrei, and I'll be on the pulse of that super volcano for you guys. I hope you like this video. Please like and hype it and check out what's going on here in the end screen. If you're interested more in Vesuvius, check out the videos that I put here. If you're interested in what's coming from above, 3i Atlas, guys, go to my channel start page, check out all the videos, click on recent, then you see what is going on. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. If you want to support the channel, fill me up with coffee. Link is in the description below. Thank you so much. See you here.